25 snacks only 1970s kids still crave today. Do you remember rushing home from school to raid the kitchen cabinets for your favorite treats? The 1970s transformed American snacking forever, introducing convenience foods that became cultural icons. Today we're exploring 25 snacks that defined a generation and still trigger powerful cravings decades later. Let's start with Hostess Twinkies. That golden sponge cake with its mysterious cream filling became the ultimate symbol of 1970s processed food perfection. In 1971, a box of 10 Twinkies cost just 69 cents, equivalent to about $5 today. Continental Baking Company was producing 500 million Twinkies annually by mid-decade, making them America's best-selling snack cake. The secret to their appeal wasn't just the taste, but the mythology surrounding them. Urban legends claimed Twinkies could survive nuclear war, though their actual shelf life was only 25 days. Kids would trade them at lunch tables like currency, and finding one in your lunchbox meant Mom really loved you. When Hostess briefly went bankrupt in 2012, the panic buying that ensued proved these simple cakes had transcended food to become pure nostalgia. Pop Rocks. General Foods introduced this revolutionary candy in 1975, and nothing else like it existed in the entire confectionery world. The candy contained pressurized carbon dioxide bubbles that created an explosive sensation, literally crackling and popping against your tongue and the roof of your mouth. At 35 cents per packet, kids would dare each other to eat entire packages at once, creating legendary playground moments. The urban legend that mixing Pop Rocks with Coca-Cola could make your stomach explode became so widespread that General Foods spent thousands on advertising to debunk it. They even sent the inventor, William Mitchell, on a publicity tour to reassure parents. The candy disappeared from shelves in 1983, but the memory of that fizzing, popping sensation remained so vivid that when Pop Rocks returned in the 1990s, Gen X parents immediately bought them for their own kids. Planters cheese balls. Those bright orange, perfectly spherical corn puffs came in that distinctive blue canister that made a satisfying pop when opened. Introduced in the early 1970s, they cost $1.29 for a full canister that seemed to last forever in theory, but disappeared within hours in practice. The artificial cheese powder coating was engineered to maximum addictiveness, leaving your fingers stained orange for hours. Kids would compete to see who could fit the most in their mouth at once, while parents complained about orange fingerprints on furniture and walls. The satisfying crunch and intense cheese flavor made them impossible to stop eating. When Planters discontinued them in 2006, the outcry was so intense that they brought them back in 2018 for a limited time, causing stores to sell out within days. Moon pies. Though invented in 1917, moon pies reached peak popularity in the 1970s when they became available nationwide for just 10 cents each. The combination of graham cracker cookies, marshmallow filling, and chocolate coating created a texture experience unlike anything else. Southern kids knew them as RC Cola's perfect companion, while Northern children discovered them in vending machines and convenience stores. The original bakery in Chattanooga was producing 300,000 moon pies daily by 1975. They came in chocolate, vanilla, and banana flavors, though chocolate remained king. The generous size made them feel like a meal rather than just a snack, perfect for hungry kids after school or Little League practice. Oreos. By the 1970s, Oreos had evolved from a simple cookie into a cultural phenomenon, with Nabisco selling over 200 million worth annually. The ritual of twisting, licking, and dunking became as important as the cookie itself. In 1974, Double Stuff Oreos launched, doubling the cream filling and sparking debates that continue today about the proper cream-to-cookie ratio. A package cost 79 cents and contained 3 sleeves of cookies that rarely lasted the week. The 1970s also saw the introduction of seasonal Oreos, with different colored fillings for holidays. Television commercials taught kids the proper way to eat them, though every child developed their own technique. Rice Krispies treats. Kellogg's officially started selling pre-made Rice Krispies treats in 1995, but 1970s kids knew them as the ultimate homemade snack their moms could whip up in minutes. The recipe on every cereal box required just 3 ingredients: Rice Krispies, marshmallows, and butter. At birthday parties and bake sales, they were guaranteed to disappear first. The gooey marshmallow binding the crispy rice created a chewy, crunchy texture that was completely unique. Smart moms added food coloring for holidays or mixed in chocolate chips for extra indulgence. The smell of melting marshmallows and butter became permanently linked with childhood comfort. M&Ms plain and peanut. Mars was selling over $100 million in M&Ms annually by 1975, with their "melts in your mouth, not in your hand" slogan becoming one of advertising's most successful campaigns. A regular bag cost 15 cents from vending machines, 10 cents at candy counters. Kids developed elaborate sorting systems by color, saving their favorite colors for last. The addition of red M&Ms back to the mix in 1976, after a 6-year absence due to red dye No. 2 concerns, was genuinely exciting news. The candy-coated chocolate was perfect for movie theaters, where the rattling sound in the box became part of the cinema experience. Fritos. The Frito-Lay company dominated the corn chip market throughout the 1970s with these simple, salty strips of fried corn. At 29 cents for a regular bag, they were affordable enough for weekly allowances. The distinctive corn taste and satisfying crunch made them equally good plain, or as the foundation for Frito Pie, that mysterious cafeteria creation involving chili and cheese. The Frito Bandito mascot, though discontinued in 1971 due to cultural sensitivity concerns, remained in kids' memories. By decade's end, Fritos was generating over $200 million in annual sales. Ritz crackers with peanut butter. Nabisco's Ritz Bit sandwiches wouldn't appear until 1991, but 1970s kids were already making their own with regular Ritz crackers and Skippy, or Jif. The buttery, salty cracker paired perfectly with creamy peanut butter, creating a protein-rich snack that parents actually approved of. A sleeve of Ritz cost 49 cents, and creative kids would make triple-decker sandwiches or add jelly for a complete PB&J experience. The round shape made them perfect for careful stacking, and the satisfaction of making your own snack added to the appeal. Little Debbie snack cakes. McKee Foods was producing over 75 varieties of Little Debbie products by 1975, each individually wrapped and priced at just 25 cents. Swiss rolls, with their chocolate cake spirals and cream filling, competed directly with Hostess Ho-Hos. Oatmeal creme pies offered a softer, chewier alternative to cookies. Nutty bars provided layers of peanut butter and chocolate wafers. The individually wrapped portions made them perfect for lunch boxes and helped them stay fresh longer than bulk packages. Parents loved the price point, kids loved the variety, and that smiling girl in the straw hat on every box became as familiar as family. Big League Chew. Created by former minor league pitcher Rob Nelson in 1977, this shredded bubble gum in a pouch revolutionized how kids chewed gum. Priced at 25 cents, the pouch design let kids grab a pinch just like their baseball heroes grabbed chewing tobacco. The original grape flavor was joined by strawberry and watermelon within 2 years. It produced superior bubbles compared to traditional stick gum, and the generous pouch seemed to last forever. Little League teams across America adopted it as their unofficial gum, and the satisfying feeling of reaching into that pouch became a ritual of childhood summers. Fruit roll-ups. General Mills tested these fruit leather sheets in 1975 before national rollout in 1979, pricing them at 35 cents per box. The ability to peel them off the cellophane backing added a tactile element to snacking. Kids would bite out shapes, wear them on their tongues, or carefully fold them into concentrated flavor bombs. Strawberry, cherry, and apricot were the original flavors, each leaving a sticky residue on fingers that was somehow part of the appeal. They felt healthier than candy because they contained fruit, though the sugar content told a different story. Bugles. General Mills launched these cone-shaped corn snacks in 1966, but they reached peak popularity in the mid-1970s, when innovative advertising showed kids wearing them as finger claws. At 39 cents per bag, they offered both food and entertainment. The hollow cone shape created a unique crunch, and their saltiness made them addictive. Every kid discovered independently that they made perfect witch fingers at Halloween, or could be bitten into points for tiny ice cream cones. The original flavor was joined by ranch and nacho cheese by decade's end. Sun-kissed fruit gems. These pectin-based candies launched in 1973, capitalizing on the sun-kissed orange brand recognition. At 10 cents per roll, they offered real fruit juice and a chewier texture than traditional gummies. The sugar coating added textural interest, and the intense fruit flavors, orange, lemon, lime, raspberry, and pink grapefruit, seemed sophisticated compared to artificial candy. They stuck in your teeth in the most satisfying way, and the individual pieces were perfect for sharing or hoarding. Hostess ho-hos. These chocolate-covered, cream-filled rolled cakes competed directly with Little Debbie's Swiss rolls, but had a denser chocolate coating that crackled when bitten. Introduced in 1967, they hit their stride in the 1970s when Hostess was spending millions on television advertising. At 3 for 35 cents, they were an affordable treat. Kids would carefully unroll them, licking the cream before eating the cake, or freeze them for a completely different texture experience. The foil wrapper made them feel more special than plastic-wrapped competitors. Tang. NASA didn't invent Tang, but astronauts drinking it on Gemini and Apollo missions gave it space-age credibility that peaked in the 1970s. A jar cost $1.29 and supposedly made 20 quarts, though kids preferred it concentrated enough to practically glow orange. The powder was eaten straight from the jar when parents weren't looking, creating an intense citrus explosion. The addition of Tang to breakfast made kids feel like astronauts, and mixing it stronger than recommended became a badge of honor. By 1975, it was generating $75 million in annual sales. Pringles. Procter & Gamble spent $70 million developing these stackable chips, launching them nationwide in 1975. The tennis ball-like tube cost 59 cents and promised uniform chips that wouldn't break. The saddle shape fit perfectly on tongues, and the inability to stop at just one became legendary. Original was joined by sour cream and onion, BBQ, and cheese by 1978. Kids loved the tube for storing everything from pencils to secret messages after the chips were gone. The satisfying pop of opening a fresh tube became as memorable as the chips themselves. Cheese Whiz. Kraft introduced aerosol Cheese Whiz in 1970, following their jarred version's success. The ability to spray cheese directly onto crackers or into your mouth when nobody was watching revolutionized snacking. At $1.49 per can, it wasn't cheap, but the novelty factor was irresistible. The processed cheese spread contained enough preservatives to survive nuclear war, but kids didn't care about nutrition labels. The orange ribbons of cheese made even vegetables tolerable, and the empty cans made excellent water guns. Tootsie Pops. The eternal question, how many licks does it take to get to the center, became a cultural phenomenon after the 1970 commercial featuring Mr. Owl. At 5 cents each or 6 for a quarter, they were affordable enough for daily purchase. The combination of hard candy shell and chewy Tootsie Roll center provided long-lasting entertainment. Cherry, orange, grape, and chocolate flavors each had devoted followers, Finding an Indian shooting a star on the wrapper supposedly meant a free pop, though this was largely myth. The flat stick made them easier to hold than round lollipop sticks, Pop-Tarts. Kellogg's Frosted Pop-Tarts dominated the 1970s breakfast that pretended to be dessert market. At 69 cents per box, they offered convenience parents loved and sugar kids craved. Frosted strawberry and brown sugar cinnamon led sales, though new flavors appeared regularly. The ability to eat them raw or toasted provided options, and burned tongues from molten filling became a shared childhood experience. The frosting that somehow didn't melt in the toaster defied physics, but delighted children. By 1979, Pop-Tarts had captured 45% of the toaster pastry market. Red Vines. The American Licorice Company's red licorice ropes cost 5 cents each or 25 cents for a package. Kids would bite off both ends to use them as straws, especially with sodas at movie theaters. The texture walked the line between tough and tender, providing serious chewing satisfaction. They lasted longer than most candy, making them economical for parents and satisfying for kids. The ability to tie them in knots, braid them, or wear them as bracelets before eating added play value. The strawberry flavor was actually more cherry-like, but nobody complained. Cheetos. Frito-Lay's Cheetos generated $150 million in sales by 1976, with their spokescat, Chester Cheetah, not appearing until 1986. The puffy version cost 25 cents, while crunchy Cheetos were 35 cents, sparking debates about superiority that continue today. The cheese powder was engineered for maximum finger coverage, creating the infamous Cheetos fingers that required serious soap to remove. Kids discovered that letting them dissolve on tongues intensified the cheese flavor. The crunchy version's satisfying snap and denser cheese coating made them feel more substantial than puffs. Nutter Butter. Nabisco's peanut butter sandwich cookies, launched in 1969, hit their stride in the 1970s with their distinctive peanut shape and crisscross pattern. At 59 cents per package, they satisfied peanut butter cravings without the mess. The cookies' peanut butter flavor extended through the wafer, not just the filling, making them intensely peanutty. Kids would twist them apart like Oreos, though the filling often stuck to both sides. Dunking them in milk created a completely different experience, softening them to perfect consistency. The shape made them instantly recognizable in lunch trades. Cracker Jack. Though invented in 1896, Cracker Jack maintained incredible popularity through the 1970s, selling for 15 cents per box. The prize inside remained the main attraction, even as prizes shifted from tiny toys to temporary tattoos and stickers. The caramel-coated popcorn and peanuts created a sweet, salty combination that predated modern flavor trends by decades. Every kid developed strategies for rationing peanuts throughout the box. The sailor boy and dog on the package, named Sailor Jack and Bingo, became as recognizable as any cartoon character. Finding the prize before finishing the snack required serious self-control most kids lacked. Candy cigarettes. Before health consciousness ended their run, candy cigarettes were everywhere in the 1970s, costing just 10 cents per pack. Made from chalky sugar or bubblegum, they came in packages designed to mimic real cigarette brands. The sugar versions produced a puff of powdered sugar smoke when blown through. While controversial today, they represented innocent mimicry of adult behavior to 1970s kids. The chocolate versions wrapped in paper were particularly coveted. Some included red tips to simulate being lit. By decade's end, mounting pressure from health advocates would begin their decline, but for 1970s kids, they were just another sweet treat that let them play pretend. Thanks for joining us on this trip down memory lane. If you enjoyed exploring these 25 classic snacks, give it a like and share it with a friend. And don't forget to subscribe.